Evening, folks. Am I live? Well, I know I'm live, but do I have audio? That's the real question. Just a second here. Suddenly I don't know how to use YouTube. Okay. Maybe it's just not giving me up-to-date information. Now it says I'm live. Okay, I heard myself right. All right, it's just I go over to my channel and it says upcoming still. So then I start to worry that, okay, is it going to do the thing like it did to Frank where it would show one stream that said upcoming that would never ever go live? And then we would get a second stream that would pop up at 7, and then I would have to get everybody from the one room into the other room and explain what was going on for almost the whole show. That was always fun. So what's up, everybody? What's up to Papa Groovy and Patrick Arden? What's up to Wally World if he's hanging around? And Kara, how's it going? Oh, great. Arden says she and Wally are sitting by the fire pit. Sweet. It's just a little bit too humid for that today. Goodness. I'm not. It's got to be the humidity up. It's not me. Oh, Chris, what's up? And what's up to John Rogers? Everybody smash the like button if you haven't already. I noticed that every time, the last few times I go live, there's already a few likes. So, like, at least one or two. So, you guys are awesome for that. Oh yeah, Kara's saying, sorry I went quiet in chat last night. My eyes were hurting. Yeah, same. I found out last week the hard way because, what was it, like 2 episodes before I'd Miss Shorty, Jim Zell was getting into the Twizzlers. So I wanted to get some candy too, so I went ham on it. I got like the big 2 or 3 pound bag of Twizzlers. I got the family size thing of Skittles. I got some powdered donuts. I might have had chocolate too. And then, of course, through the week before I even got to the show, I'm slowly snacking on it. And then we go to that show and it was fine. But what happened was on my day off on Sunday, I'm like, I've got all this candy left over. I'm eating today. I'm going to get into it. So I smashed an entire large pizza by myself. Awesome. And then I got into the candy and that was fine until the next day. And there it was Monday. I get up at like 9 a.m., let's say, and my eyes were aching as if I had been up for 4 hours already. And I'd just gotten up, did not fall asleep with extra light on or anything. So I'm like, oh, F. Not only fans, but just, oh, fuck. So I had to deal with that the whole day. And then I realized, well, what did I do different? Maybe it was all that sugar in my system. So the sugar makes it worse. So I don't have any of that around. Um, so trial and error, I found that out. That hurt on Monday. It kind of felt like 2 Sundays, just like, oh God, it got. I can barely remember that. Just remember the pain. Yeah, Wally's here. Awesome. How's it going? Yeah, yeah. I do believe there's some rain on the way, so maybe that's why it feels a little bit more humid than usual. Ugh. Yeah, how was your Saturday? Is today Saturday? Yeah, it's Saturday. Did you do anything fun or was it just a regular day? Yeah, interesting about sugar. Yeah, Kara. I also noticed this was I don't know, a couple years ago I found out like just eating too much sugar, like too many Skittles, and then my lower back would start to ache. And then my lower back, that's the weak part for me. In astrology, if you find out what planet your Saturn is in, that's where your pain is going to come from. Mine's in Libra. Libra rules the lower back. So if I get any trouble at all, that's where it is. Oh, hey, hello, wrong way. How's it going? Oh, did I see your community page? Go look, it's a surprise. I haven't seen your community page. I did see your post on Facebook though about going to go get your like your wigs done and you went to I don't want to like dox where you're at, but like another a different state. I assume you're not in that state. So like a little wrong way. She's going through some like really rare, really aggressive cancer. And before she did the chemo thing, she had all of her hair taken off so it could be turned into a wig. Well, she's got the wig or is on the way to get the wig so she can have hair while she's going through this. So that's good. I was just at Art and saying, yeah, sugar is bad, but ultra processed food is also bad too. Yeah, yeah. I think that's why I only really eat candy like twice a year, literally. And it helps because the way our Walmart is set up, the candy aisle is way in the back by all the cold stuff. I don't like cold, so I'm only really back there to grab orange juice. And yeah, so it's, I mean, like I got some chocolate last week for just something different, but it's really not my usual thing. Like, same with soda. Like, I might buy some here around New Year's just to have, but and then my body will crave it for about another month, but then that goes away. Um, just to you don't want it in your system regularly. Plus, since I'm realizing the bad things, extra bad things that sugar does, I really want to stay away from that. However, I do have the Cultivate Elevate Dragon's Blood, which is for inflammation. So I'm not saying I'm going to take that just to eat candy, but I am slowly thinking about maybe I should take that again for the anti-inflammation thing with cold weather coming up. A little wrong ways talking about. I'll post more about it whenever I gain my strength. I'm exhausted. Yeah. But more is coming to include a video. I'm so happy. Awesome. That is such good news. Oh, hell yeah. John Rogers, rewire and put new tail lights on my truck. Yeah, I gotta have those. Yeah. Also, that like the bulb that lights up your license plate. Yeah, if that happens to not be as bright as an officer would like, then you're gonna get pulled over for it. Didn't happen to me, it happened to somebody else. Arden, yeah, Easter and Halloween candy are okay. And also, birthday cake has no calories, if you didn't know. And it might be a little dark. I'll try to keep my eye on that. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, I love candy. Candy. Sadly, LOL, Halloween is bad for me. I like candy too. I'm a big candy eater. Not a huge like junk food eater. Like snacks and chips, not really. I would say big candy eater. Again, I don't eat it a lot now, but if somebody's like, hey, I got these Jolly Ranchers, it's like, oh, are any of them not blue raspberry? Yoink. If there are Dum Dum Pops around, I want the root beer one. All of the root beer ones. Gotta have it. Oh, Lisa, how's it going? Yeah, sugar is a double-edged sword, yeah. Well, when I thought I had food poisoning last week, I had two more horrendous bouts. The last one, thought I was dying, found out I can't tolerate fresh tomatoes anymore. Wow, that's interesting. I've heard of tomato allergies. Wow, that sucks. I mean, can you still have other tomato stuff like salsa and pizza sauce and ketchup? Because, like, I won't eat a regular tomato to save my life. Won't go near it. But as soon as you turn a tomato into something, I'm all for it. Oh, cool, Chris. Yeah, sorry, I was finishing up a rock band for set list. Gamer guy. LOL. Hell yeah. I'm an old school gamer as well. Arden, LOL on birthday cake. Yeah. It's true. You get one of those whole sheet cakes for like 20 bucks and just like have one of those slices every day. It's somebody's birthday somewhere. It actually is birthdays. There's a lot of birthdays today. There's something about September 21st. I mean, like, it's not like are not a lot of birthdays other days, don't get me wrong. But specifically today, oh, wrong way. Fruit roll-ups are my vice. Just hand me the box and step away slowly. It's like I don't even have time to like tear open the wrappers properly. Like, to just take some scissors to it because I just don't want to. Just hand them over. Oh, Arden, tomatoes and avocados have a lot of histamine. Can be rough. Wow, I did not know. Those are, I don't eat those things, so I guess that's why I would have no idea, but I'm glad you do know. Like, I don't go near seafood, but a lot of you do. But as far as birthdays go, we've got, of course, it's Anthony Vincent's birthday. 10-second songs, you know him. Kind of looks like Frank from, quite frankly. No, it's really Anthony's birthday today. He's however old he is. He's a couple years younger than Frank, so he's 67 years old. No. Um and then today is also if you're into this guy's done some books that have turned into movies. Stephen King, his birthday today. If you like the guy or not, I don't know. I really have not come across the one person who like goes off like, F Stephen King, but just maybe they're out there. Sorry, but yeah, it is his birthday today. Carrot, yeah, sheet cakes from the grocery store are straight sugar and lard. Yeah, I'm sure that's the most unhealthy cake you can get. Are those pre-made cakes or like the giant cookie that they decorate? Chris, it's always 4:20 and 5 o'clock somewhere. Damn straight. It's always evening somewhere as well. Oh, Lisa, good. Like, yes, I can take processed tomato. I believe the lecithin in nightshade fruits. Don't agree with my system. Yeah, yeah, I forgot about the whole tomato being nightshade. And folks used to think it was, evil. They wouldn't eat it. Oh, hey, Jenna, what's up? Damn straight, Carrot. Gummy bears are where it's at. Or gummy worms. Gummy bears seem to be cheaper than gummy worms. That's why I go for gummy bears. It's not I don't have anything against the shape. It's just the price. Like, don't do what I did one time was I got a 3 pound bag of gummy bears and it was $3 at the time. I'm like, cool, this will last forever. It lasted 3 days. Didn't really hurt me inside, but it emotionally I'm like, that's not good. A person should not be eating a pound of gummy bears consistently. And then the birthday that I'm interested in is one of my favorite actors. You know this guy, fellow named Angus McFadden. You saw Braveheart, Robert the Bruce. He's also in a film that every frankly should have seen by now. I've been over this before. You've heard of Equilibrium. He's in that. No spoilers. It's got another big name actor you've heard of in it as well. No spoilers. Just to say it's a guy. Very good film. If it's not, streaming somewhere, I'm sure I got that at the exchange for a few bucks. It's sort of it did like fly under the radar. It was before Christian Bale was a big deal. But it's very like you'll watch it nowadays and be thinking back to like 4 years ago. Like, son of a, they called it. Patrick saying, good to see you all supporting the Zells last night on Miss Shorty. Thought she did a fine job hosting. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm glad we got to. Well, wouldn't it work out this way where Frank and Sense, quite frankly, ends just before 9, and I'm thinking, hey, I get to show up on time, and then I just had to deal with some like real life stuff for about 10 minutes. So I'm like, damn it. It's not like I don't rewatch the whole thing, but got in there. It was fun. It was both the Zells on there. Still with Frank's got his special agent Dale Cooper, his cat, and then allegedly, we don't know if that's a real Frank Zell or not. Maybe he looks just like his cat. And then Jim Zell has a picture of a skyline at night. That's Collinsport, Maine. And they were kind of just wrapping up talking about the St. John's Church because everything to deal with the case that they're on all comes back to the church and sort of pointing out like things they couldn't dive into too deeply in other episodes, other podcasts. They sort of get into that and some other details since it does seem like this is like the last part of the series for now. Uh, one of the Zells was saying that, every December interest in the case peaks up. So, of course, coming into the colder months, maybe there might be some more to talk about. And then he and his brother could possibly go back onto Miss Shorty and talk about whatever other information they have at that time. So it's just like it's not going to be on next Friday, but if they are going to be on again, then I mean, of course, I'm going to tweet it out and let you guys know. I'll mention it in the chat room. I was dropping it over in Twitch on Monday and Friday. I'm just real quick, like, hey, the Zells are going to be on after the show with the link. So oh, Frank Zell, hey, what's up? That might be the same Frank Zell that I was just talking about. uh, So that is, well, Friday was kind of I mean, all the Fridays have been long, but that was a little bit longer than 2 hours. It was, let's say 2 hours, 19 minutes. It went over just a bit. And then, of course, I mean, you can always look up Miss Shorty's channel. She's there. She's from Australia. And then she's got like this her background, it's like a amusement park, so like roller coasters, Ferris wheel, that kind of it looks like again like somebody in my area, the background they would have if they were big into roller coasters, like she's got that background there. Um but I do like her the stuff that she covers. I have noticed she's been doing a maybe it's a series on grief. Like that's all I know about the last decade. I could get in on that. I just don't know what time it is or anything like that. But everybody was so well behaved at her show with the Zells. She's like, "Hey, you guys can come back. Even if the Zells aren't on, maybe." And so it's like, I check out her stuff. I don't know her content outside of that show, but just the fact that she's got other videos that pique my interest says something. Not a lot gets my attention. So, like, if there's time for it, I see that because she's again on the other side of the world, I would like to get in there because she does have some moderators and some folks in there that, even only 5 shows I've been to, like, we've sort of gotten to know each other, get along, good people in there. So I'm looking forward to that. I know it's got to happen. I'm not going to say I'm never going to go back because I do want to go back and see those folks. It's hard to. Oh, Frank Zell, yeah, same whiskers, yeah. I didn't think about it ending, and then the fact that it has, like, I don't want to go through all like the grief process, but like I would not like to have that just be the end of it. So I would like to go back. That's why I like when Frankincense goes to Tenant Media once. Sorry, Matt Christensen once a month since Tenant Media doesn't exist. I like when Frank does go there because you do sort of get to see the same people every month and get to know them, and I do like that. There's good people in there. Nobody's in there like being a dick or trolling or anything like that. Oh, Jenna's saying I didn't feel well when eating almonds and vanilla. I decided to go carnivore for 4 months and my skin cleared and is still clear. It's been about 3 years now. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, getting older, I realized like maybe I had all that bad acne and bad skin because I was eating all that fast food and Cheetos and just junk and, just fast food instead of real food. Maybe that had something to do with it. And then it's like, everybody's different. Everybody, maybe everybody else can have almonds, but it just affects you differently and it just makes it not fun. Kara, yeah, I gotta re-listen to the last episode. Got distracted and chat the first 20 minutes or so. Yeah. It's very like the chat room had a very good sense of humor. Again, it wasn't just all doom and gloom. It was a mix of like folks asking legitimate questions and us talking with each other and then also us being silly, boobs and things like that. So it's we were being adults about a serious subject by making fun of anatomy. Carrie, yeah, I'll bring my Twizzlers. Hell yes. Gluten and wheat is bad for everyone, Jana. Yeah, gluten makes your dick fly off. Oh, Moon Bunny, how's it going? Yeah, smash the like button if you haven't already. Oh, Kara's saying that Miss Shorty mostly streams on the weekend, she thinks. Yeah, maybe I'll have to keep my eye open for that. Like I know one day she was doing a show at like 5 or 5:30 p.m. our time, but like that's way too close to 7 p.m. So, I can't go to like a show at 5 p.m. when I go live at 7 because it's like 5 is when I kind of have to start making sure everything is set up. I really can't push it off any farther. So I'm sort of like doing stuff then. I can't just kick it. So like if Gray still plays, for example, he's been uploading late all week, but today he uploaded it like 5 minutes after 4, so I did get to see that before I went live. Chris Twizzled. See, now Twizzlers needs to get in touch with the Zells, and they could come out with like do like the Twix thing, like have like one kind of Twizzlers this way for the Frank kind, and then another kind of Twizzlers this way for the Jim kind, and just see which one sells better. Carol, we can just randomly crash your stream next weekend. Yeah, what if we just like randomly show up to whatever she's doing on like a Sunday or whatever, and suddenly we're all just there. Holy shit, that's a lot of people. Oh, Jenna, when I cut sugar out, my hot flashes stopped. That was another test I did. Yeah, I've heard sugar is bad for you if you're going through the change. It's bad. It's just gonna, make things worse. Now, see, it's weird because like the brain does crave sugar, but it doesn't know the difference between like the processed sugar and the good for you sugar. Frank saying good one. You've been twizzled. That is hot. Yeah, yeah, I do have honey. I do have the it's like the raw honey, not the processed kind. Like the kind in the bear you can't get because that's been like processed and it filtered honey. You want the unfiltered raw honey. Like I'll have that and not even a lot. I used to put it in my tea, but now I'll just drink like say the tea straight, green tea or whatever. And but then I'll do say I'll put some honey in a cup with some lemon and put hot water on that. So it's just honey tea. But again, not every day because I'm not going to sit there with like a spoon and be like, okay, it's this many calories. Pour. All right, now here's a second spoon. That's this many calories. Pour. Okay, how many I'm not going to sit and measure calories in liquid. I'm not that kind of person. I never have been. Even when I was a calorie counter, some stuff you just can't count, like Cool Whip. I don't know. It's Cool Whip amount, whatever. Just take it. Local honey is best, Jenna. Yeah. Oh, Kara, perfect. Yeah, autocorrect changed books to boobs. Started all the laughs. Great. Yeah, like I'm just trying to look at a dirty magazine. Why is everybody being a pervert about it? No. That would have been an awkward sentence. Was it like the Zells should write a boobs? Wait. Well, no. I mean, if there's, if they're both there and ladies want autographs, I don't know. I don't know how you would work that out. Yeah, I bitch slap Satan. How's it going? Yeah, unfiltered, unpasteurized. Oh, Dandy, how's it going? Oh, watching a movie. What movie? Jenny, yeah, no reason to count calories. I don't like. I could even if I wanted to, because I do eat things that have countable calories, but at the same time, I don't need to know. I don't care because I again last Sunday I was chowing down and I thought my chiropractor was just out. I had not heard from him, so I went in on Wednesday. He was there, great, and then I remembered, damn, every time I do go to the chiropractor, I go get a steak afterwards for the protein. That's a tip I got from one of the Franklies. So I'm like, I was not really planning on eating much on Wednesday, but I've got to go get my steak. So I did. Anyway, long story short, I was 98 last Sunday, and I'm 99 today, and I didn't weigh myself at all through the week. I was just careful. So yeah, so I know what I'm doing, so I don't have to sit there like write down everything that I am ingesting. That it's I don't think that really, maybe that works for some people. I'm the kind of person, if something is scrutinized too much, then I can't mess with it at all. I just gotta wing it. So that would not work for that. That would screw up a diet for me to be like counting. Varsity Blood, low budget horror movie, killer killing cheerleaders and jocks. Oh no, that would never happen. That sounds good. Oh, Jenna. Ooh, yeah, that is a lot. Yeah, I think I paid $14 for a small mason jar. Yeah, the stuff I get now, I think it was like $2 more when I bought it, so I kind of feel like an asshole. But it was like maybe $11 for a pound and a half, 24 ounces of honey. Again, at Walmart. I'm not, going getting a Whole Foods food. I don't cut it like that. I mean, just eat it slowly, stretch it out. Like when I say put honey on ice cream, just like a tiny bit, because that stuff is sweet. It's gonna stretch out. You don't want to taste the honey more than the ice cream, so you just eat a little bit. It'll last. It gets around. It knows what to do. And then, of course, if you don't know, it's on the package, but you cannot give a child under the year of, like a 1 year old, you can't give them honey. It's like their body can't process it. If you didn't know to not do that, then don't do that. Now, see, I had written down from last week a lot of notes from the Frank Zell obsession episode, and one of the things I wrote down, I didn't understand what it meant, but I wrote down a record of what they did, and I didn't go back. I didn't know the context in which I wrote that down in, but they mentioned that they have a project that they're going to be starting up. They were had to be vague about it, but it was sort of basically going through the steps that they took to get the information that they found. So that is what they are going to be doing. Okay. I wrote that down. They're already doing it. It's not like I was going to tell them to do that, but they're already on it. More like whole paycheck for sure. All these here sells cheap honey. And speaking about a record of what they did, and speaking about putting bad people on blast, and the fact that I did say, if I do, I do have a situation where my roommate sprung it on me that they're just up and moving out, so I will be a little bit stuck because while I can afford to live here, I don't have any income currently, so that's what will can conceivably get me kicked out of here. So that is a real offer. I do need a roommate with a job. And one of the reasons why I did say no kids and no pets, well, no kids, nothing. I'm basically an old person who gets up early and then I work from home. But I don't know if you hear that, but there's a pedophile that lives right in the next building, and they constantly let their children, I don't think they're their children because they're not even the same color, but they let these children go outside to destroy property while they're not fully clothed. Too many times I look out there and it's boys in like just shorts or little girls in a t-shirt and underpants, nothing else. And there's never people around with them. If it was a situation where like you're just sending your kids out because you just want to sit inside and supervise them, I could low key understand that, but these kids just run off anywhere. So if there is an adult like watching them from a window, they cannot see them. And again, they're half naked. They had to come out here and rip up the trees out of the ground that these children have killed, and there's like equipment out here that they climb on, and nobody cares. Is why I am bringing up all of these details. I've told the authorities, hey, do something about these naked children destroying stuff. They don't care. I've told the people who own the buildings, hey, there's these, half naked children out here destroying stuff. Is that something that you're interested in? I'm in Ohio, Sandusky, Ohio. It's got Cedar Point. And then I found this person's last name and look them up, and they're on a registry. So, yeah, I would not recommend anyone having children out here. Other than that, it's relatively quiet. There's just this one pervert to be mindful of, and then they have a couple other people come over with a dog that they beat and leave tied up for over an hour with no food or water. And they've got a new girl. It used to be three dark kids that they were minding. Now they've got a white girl over there. So I don't know where they found her at. But it's either an illegal daycare. I would say that. But the fact that there's these half nude children outside, I was never allowed outside half naked. That's got to be a pedophile. So that's what that is. So if you have anything that would help me to get the authorities or somebody to care about this situation, I'm all for it. Please put it in the comments of the video after it ends, because it's so messed up to be sitting there listening to the Zells talking about this case with this pedophile ring when I've got a pedophile living a stone's throw away from me. So it's that. And I don't think they're American either. Like the white person, sure, they might be from here, but I don't hear English come out of those individuals. And they also have weapons and like throw rocks and or whatever they get their hands on at buildings, rip the trees down. So that is not okay. Jenna, nothing actually. That's nothing's keeping me here. I could move. If you don't mind some like again, I've got savings. I can pay my own way. I can pay for my internet, my electricity, my food. I can pay on rent. I would leave Ohio, Jenna. Nothing is keeping me physically anywhere. All I need is internet to do my job, to show up, quite frankly. So that's the other offer I could do. Hey, do you need a roommate? It would only be for about 6 months, because if I do have to move out of state, I won't be near my chiropractor. So I don't think my body's going to last that long. But I'm all for living for another 6 months. If it's quieter where you live, if the internet is good, if I can work from home for my 2 hours, 6 days a week, that is fine. I'm a I'm not a party house person. I don't even like to have not neighbors, but like visitors over. I'll go to your house. Don't come to my house. I don't like people in my space. I like it quiet. Again, I get up early. I do my running around, and then I am inside for the rest of the day. I'm on the internet. I've got my own car. It's not like I would be like, hey man, can I crash on your couch for a couple weeks? It's cool. I'll do the dishes. It's not. I'm not trying to bum off of anybody. Pardon me, I can pay my own way, but like the problem with getting a job is like even okay, like yeah, I physically could, but I can't see. I can't see long enough to fill out the application. How am I going to get through an 8-hour shift? And then if I were to try to say get disability for vision, I know the first thing they're going to try to do is take my car. Can't have that. So I'm sort of stuck there. Yeah, Lisa. Yeah, I can't do anything. I would only be up there for about 3 months after my back gave out. I'm a Second Amendment type of person. I do have protection in the house. So I don't I've got a CCW, so it's all legal. I'm not just here with random implements of danger. I don't know how you want to put it. And again, I can do it. You can run a background check on me. I haven't been in trouble. I would have to do the same for somebody else who wanted to live with me just to keep everything on the safe side. And I did mention that the offer's open for Franklies because, like, we already kind of know each other. So that would cut through a lot of bullshit. Chris, yeah, I do pass out early. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I start to get sleepy during, quite frankly. So sometimes it's 9:30 and I'm already asleep. So I do just follow, because every day feels 2 days long. So I'm just so exhausted by then. I hate to say it, I think I fell asleep for a little bit during the Zells because, again, I'm usually never up that late. Just, I don't know, maybe once a week. If that, I don't know my concept of time. But that's because this is a tourist town, so I do want to like get up, get all my running around done, get back inside, and rest my eyes because my eyes hurt from being out in the light after all that time. So I'm not it's not like say you move in here, you're not gonna have everybody come over to meet me. If I'm not trying to be up at all hours. I just need a quiet place to live for another year. That's it. But as of right now, like things like I should be able to stay here. Oh, Beastwood, how's it going? Smash the like button. Um, yeah, I just need some place quiet to live because after about a year, I mean, I do have a plan. Like that's when I can have things going for the channel, really have some, maybe my eyes will be better. I can work a real job, who knows? But it's just like between February things ending at my job and now, if this is how far my eyes have gotten better, they've got a long way to go. There's no I couldn't even work at McDonald's with the light and all that. There's just no way. But I believe I can stay here the way things are until, because we have to sign the new lease in February, and then in April is like when I think it would have to be like moved out by, like that would be the hard date to, be out of the place by. So I mean, at least through the winter, I will have a place to stay, but I can't live in my car because I have a bad back. So worst case scenario, Arizona's fine, Moon Bunny. Yeah, warm is fine by me. I need to have heat. I can't be cold. I just back spasms. Everything gets tight. I can't do anything. I can live anywhere. I can live in Scotland. I can live in England. I still have my passport. That doesn't expire until 2026, so that's a ways off. Not Canada, Chris. No, not Canada. All right, on cue. How's it going? I do know some nice Canadians, but just what they have going on up there, no, I don't think so. I don't think they would like my Second Amendment up there. Carrie, yeah, that's Ohio. Yeah, it's January. You want to bring your toddler to the grocery store in a diaper, a t-shirt, no coat or shoes. Yeah, people will bring their baby in. Like they're wearing like a hoodie and shorts because that's how those people dress. And then the baby is there in a diaper in Walmart. And if you know anything about Walmart, they're blasting the air conditioner. So apparently babies don't catch colds because if that was me half clothed in Walmart, I would catch cold. Oh, Wally's asking what's wrong with my eyes. My last job, I had to have two monitors, two screens in front of me. I was there for about 3 years. It was white mode, and just that extra light on me damaged my eyes. Before that, I was fine, just glasses. I could see stuff. Animations didn't bother me. I could see emojis. Now I can't. All that stuff hurts my eyes. And then if I get stressed out, first thing that happens is my eyes start to get hurt, or they start to hurt worse. So back in 2022, January, when Gamer Cat died, that's when I really noticed my eyes getting bad and just really not healing. They started to get better, and then last November, my last cat died. I noticed my eyes got worse then again, and it took a while for them to come back to me. So has it's damaged from my last job, and then sugar or depression makes it worse. So I just, and then like of course, being outside with the sun, that's too bright. Then I haven't been able to go out at night for years because the light from, all the street lights and all that stuff just hits me wrong. So there is that. Northwest Florida is kind of nice too. Arden, yes, I like the idea of Florida just because so many people live there. Chris Ann Hall is there. My dad is there. That's all I can think of right now. But if that isn't reason enough, come on. Just to be closer to Grace Still Plays. I don't even want to meet the guy. I have no idea what I would say. But and then plus it's still the same time zone as Frank, so that would be good too. But I don't know anybody I could move in with. Beastwood, yeah, thank you. I'm sorry too. It's bad. Use red lights when the sun sets. Like, should that be a red light bulb? That would be good for when I review Dark Shadows, since this dropping my pen, since this channel does so well live, it does better live than doing anything else, that really has me thinking about doing absolutely everything live. So that would be, me reviewing Dark Shadows, me reviewing Deadwood, if we uh this is why last week I was gonna say this. I'm so glad I didn't. Because Monday Frank and Sense was talking about, hey, starting next year, meaning, January 2025, he is going to start doing a movie club where folks will, I guess, watch a movie at some point, maybe every other month in between book clubs, and then you'll talk about the movie instead of a book. And that is a great idea. But what I was going to say last week was like, I didn't want to give you guys homework, but my idea was that, like, hey, why don't we all get a movie, something that's like free to watch, like on Tubi, something streaming everybody can get their hands on. We'll say we'll watch a movie whenever, and then on a certain day, on a Saturday, we'll talk about it. That's what I was thinking of, but I didn't want to give you guys homework on top of Frank's book club. And then literally 2 days later, there he was talking about, hey, I'm starting to start a movie club. So I'm really glad I didn't say that because I would feel like a dick if I'm like, hey, everybody watch a movie. And then Frank's like, hey, everybody watch a movie because I know which movie everybody's going to watch. And I'm not trying to be an asshole saying that, but I know like Frank's a bigger deal than me. So I'm glad I held back on that. Sun doesn't bother me. I just need reading glasses in every room, Dandy's saying, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I could go out with sunglasses before and be fine. I didn't have to wear a hat. Now I have to wear a hat and sunglasses inside of Walmart. And then then I've got to go home and rest my eyes, but that's something I do have to do. Beastwood. Everyone, I watched a video on YouTube from Mystery Archives, guy named Bill Vaile, Vaile, has a story, 85% of what he experienced. I can relate that I've gone through. This is deep. That's intense. Hang on just a second. Let me. Maybe. Try to. Oh, I guess there's no light out there. I was trying to get it a little bit quieter. We'll see. Like I say, pedophile, they don't care what their children do outside. They're not even related to them. Beastwood, I was explaining to Frank at his show the other night about spiritual attacks. This video mentions headaches. It's worth checking out. Okay, yeah. Oh, Chris is saying I don't have seizure problems, but when I was in the band, I had to have the sound guy keep the lights white with low vision. I don't want to from step off stage from flashing lights. They're feet away from us. This man lives in Arkansas. Oh, that guy lives in Arkansas, Beastwood. Okay, yeah. Erica, yeah. Hey, what's up, Erica? Yeah, I'd like to join Frank's, but fixed income sucks. Yeah, okay. I'm glad you mentioned that then. Yeah, since I mean, I don't know, because Frank's movie club might be the Patreon thing. Do you guys? I mean, I can do a movie club that would be totally free if you want to. I mean, we totally can. We can. I mean, like not often. Like I don't know, like maybe once a month. Again, I'm not trying to give everybody homework, but like, hey, maybe at the start of the month, here's the movie, and then at the end of the month, we'll talk about it. That way, everybody has time to watch it. I know folks can't just, some folks don't just sit and watch movies, so they might have to plan it into their day. But I mean, if you want to, and it's I don't know the kind of movies Frank's gonna review versus the kind of stuff you guys would want to review, because on the one hand, it's probably Frank picking the movies he wants to review, whereas I would let you guys pick. I'd be like, hey, let's go on Tubi, see what they've got. We'll pick a genre or an actor or something, and you do it like that. Just that way, because I don't want to be exactly copying anybody, especially Frank, because I'm from that show. I really don't want to. That's kind of another reason why, like, I can't just sit and talk about politics because people are going to be like, oh, she just wants to be like, quite frankly. And I don't want to. I want to hear less about politics. If I could figure out a way to filter out all the damn political posts from people on Tumblr, I would. I don't want to see that there. I'm there to have a good time. Oh, Jenna, I stay away from all the spiritual stuff. Demons are real. Yep, demons outside right now. But speaking of spiritual stuff, let me try something. Made my own holy water. Patrick, when I was growing, the 420 green light didn't affect the growing circle. Apparently plants can't see green. Okay. Okay, Tubi isn't bad at all. No, I mean, it's a free app, so it's going to be, it does have ads and movies. You just have to pause it. Don't watch, not pause it, I'm sorry, but mute it. You don't watch ads, don't look at them, don't listen to them. But they're not long. It's not bad. It just the placement is a little bit random, but that's okay. It's free. It's better than having to, pay for a pay streaming service or having to I don't know where people get movies. I would have to go to the exchange to buy it or like say buy the DVD on Amazon or that because you can't do streaming services. You've got to, well, you can't do Disney Plus because, well, if you do Disney Plus, you kind of deserve it. uh, like there was, I don't know, you guys heard of this thing in the news where like this guy and his wife like ate at Disney World or something, and then like the wife or something got really sick. I don't know if she passed away. I hope not, but she got really ill, and then the husband and wife go to sue Disney, and Disney's like, well, you've got Disney Plus, and because of that, there's some clause that says you can't sue us. I'm being not giving you all the details because I don't know, but that's basically what it was. So yeah, no additional streaming platforms. Nothing that you would have to pay for. I'm really all about doing everything as cheaply as possible. Beastwood, Nikki got the spiritual hammer out. Yeah, you have to use when physical doesn't work, you've got to go for spiritual. Yeah, I do know that. Like maybe it's I don't even know about the type of bulbs because there's like I mean there's a light bulb I use here, but then I go out into public. I don't know the kind of bulbs Walmart's using, or I would say the sun because whatever they're spraying into the air is not making it easier to see. Ooh, that sucks, Chris. Holy shit, hit the bong and sneeze at the same time. Human spontaneous combustion. Please don't try this at home. I'm a professional dumbass. Yeah, oof. Yeah, that sucks. Don't do what I did. Oh, I did something terrible once. Well, just terrible for the blanket. LED lights are bad for your eyes, Jenna. Yes, they are. Whenever I see a driver with really bright lights on, I have to turn my high beams on and then lift my finger out of the window. I know you can see it. You've got high beams. But what I did was, I don't know why. Maybe I was just, you just do something silly just to do it. But I wanted some just pancake syrup. I don't know why. I just wanted to drink a mouthful of pancake syrup. So there it was. I was holding the bottle, tip it back, had a mouthful of syrup, and I'm like, just thinking, like, cheeks puffed out. I'm thinking, cool, I'm gonna swallow this in just a second. And like, I feel like as soon as I got the bottle down, I had to sneeze. So I chew. I just went like that, mouth came open, probably even made the noise. So, and I just happened to have been standing over the bed. So there, knock the bottle back, come back, sneeze. One of those sneezes so bad you got to close your eyes. So as I'm opening my eyes and looking up, all I see is this, syrup colored streak across the blanket that was like I always make my bed anyway, but like there it was just perfectly across there, and it's like what like do I clean it or do I just throw it out? I don't it's so wet, like the blanket is so big and so thick. How long is it gonna take to I think I just ended up throwing it away. I'm like, just F it. It was summertime. I didn't need a blanket anyway, and maybe it was old and I was gonna get rid of it, but I just just put it into a ball, put it in the trash. I'm like, just screw it. But I don't think I've ever like swallowed a mouthful of pancake syrup since then. Yeah, that sneezing will get you. Another fun one is if you're just driving and minding your business and you sneeze and then you look up right in your line of sight and whatever you sneezed out is now on your windshield. Yeah. Did that exactly one time. Now always sneeze to the right. Well, right. You're right. Lisa, yeah, it's awful and it's funny at the same time. Yeah, because for a second you can kind of appreciate the humor of it when you take yourself out of the situation, then you realize it's your own stuff and that's your own blanket. It's like, and I still want syrup. Glug glug, swallow. Damn it. Uh, put this away. Yeah. So yeah, always turn to the right when you sneeze, and if you're gonna be drinking pancake syrup out of the bottle, I guess just don't do it over a. If you do it over a bed, make sure you've made the bed. That's terrible. At least somebody wasn't standing in front of me. You ever like like you don't mean to. I've done this. Somebody else is taking a drink, and you say something funny, and then the next thing you know, they're doing a spit take, and it's like you're wasting soda. Oh, I said something funny. Sorry, I would have waited. If I would have known you would have had that reaction. I don't want you to waste your drink. Ugh. And then I don't know what we were talking about, but it was on the Monday show, and it was some bitch I know, Lauren. Which whenever Frank says that, it's like, dude, you should, that's same name as somebody else. But no, it was yeah, some bitch I know, and she has been on there before. Moon Bunny, I used to slug Hershey syrup as a kid, never sneezed it out though. Yeah, and at least it came out of my mouth. What if I would have like sneezed it? Then that would have just been everything would have just smelled like pancake syrup for the rest of the day. So it could have been worse. It could have been worse. Uh, yeah. Like I know, like when I'm done with this, what I'll do is I'll shut that light off, and then I've just got a little, just a little dinky, you know, flashlight, and I'll just take this and I'll just set this up over so it's kind of like shining on the TV that's off, and it takes me around half hour, 45 minutes to get everything put away since I can finally hang this up. This has been hanging up all week because I didn't think my chiropractor was going to be in, and when I put it away and taking it out, that's an hour and a half to 2 hours of ironing. Didn't want to do that, so it just hung up for all week, and then I just steamed it a little bit to get the wrinkles out, and it's okay. But that gets to finally get put away. And then after that, like I used to watch my own show when I got done, but I can't concentrate on myself for 2 hours after this, so I've got to watch myself tomorrow. And I do want to see myself in HD. When I go to watch this, it says it's like rendering or processing or something. And then I'll click on the video and it will say like SD. And I'm like, okay, but let me, and then like I'll wait an hour or so, and then it'll say HD. I'm like, cool, I can watch it now. And then that's like 10 or 11 a.m. tomorrow, which I mean, I guess that's not bad. YouTube has a lot of videos to render. I'm not really complaining. Um, but it's just because I concentrate on myself when I watch the videos back, so I can't do that much focus with my eyes after this. But I know that now. I'm not pushing myself because before I would put my video on and just fall asleep during it, and I don't want to give myself two extra clicks. So it's better to just watch it the following day. Chris, yeah, I love sitting at a red light looking over to see somebody with their nose third knuckle deep. Obviously, just everyone's watching. Yeah, if you have to like be digging around in your face, maybe don't do it at the stoplight where everybody's there. Do it while you're driving. Be really dangerous. That's the perfect time to pick stuff out of your eye or yeah. I used to dunk spoonfuls of powdered cocoa in milk, then eat it. Ended up getting caught by my mother when I choked half to death on the last try. Sober from it now. Lisa's saying, oof. Yeah, I've done that. I've tried that because it all stays powder except for the outside. And yeah, oof. It looks cool. That's why I did it. Pissing down with rain, thunder, no lightning yet. Patrick saying, ooh, that sucks. Yeah. Brain poke. Oh, wait. Brain pointing drivers, Lisa's saying. Yeah. Or like, isn't there a rule about children being outside after dark and the sun has set? Oh, and Arden said, this is a reference to a Dark Shadows film, but she said what she said was House of Dank Memes. I love that. Yeah, we'll see about a movie club thing. I don't know. There's some movies out there. Like they have Merlin on Tubi. Let me just go through there and I'll just sort of like get a variety of movies and then come back to you on next week and we'll see what's going on. Speaking of next week, it's gonna be a little bit odd because well, Frank's gonna be away. He's going to that retreat with the Jay Gulanello has a retreat every year and Frank's going to it. That's when he goes to eat balls. So he'll be busy. So what's going to happen is Thursday the 26th, Frank is just going to be completely off, so I'll be on. But then Friday and Saturday, the 27th and 28th, Frank's talking about, okay, well, I'm going to go live one of those days. He doesn't know when, and it's only going to be for an hour. So I'm like, well, what do I do? So should I just like not do anything Friday and expect to go live Saturday? What if he doesn't do anything on Friday and then he goes live on Saturday and then we don't get, like that proper weekend show? So what I'm kind of thinking about doing right now is just being live, like plan on going live next Friday, the 27th, and then have a disclaimer, like, hey, if Frank goes live, this ends, we go to quite frankly. That way, let's say, for example, I go live on Friday, like 7 o'clock, and then Frank decides to go live for an hour at 7:30. Okay, shut this down. We'll go to quite frankly, just do that like for however long he's live for. And then Saturday, I would just go live at my regular 7 p.m. time. We could do the full show then. I think I would like that better rather than doing absolutely nothing on Friday. Watch Frank not do anything and then everything happening on Saturday, like I said. So I'm pretty sure, like, as of right now, that's how it's going to go. Like, count on Thursday from me, and then Friday and Saturday. Like, I will be live, but I just, maybe it'll be both days. Maybe it'll just end up being one. Maybe Frank will go live right at 7 p.m. on Friday, and then we'll just do the Saturday thing. But so like I'm like in my head, I'm thinking live 3 days. It might not be that, but we'll see. There's got to be some show for you guys somewhere. So expect that at the end of next week. You'll be covered. And then next Saturday is a holiday for me. That's okay. I'll be full on in Libra. Oh my God, it's almost New Year's Day. So that's just, I'm getting ahead of myself a bit there. But yeah, you can plan on that because I know what's going to happen. If I don't plan on doing anything on Friday and then Frank doesn't do anything, I'll just be sitting here like just pissed off, just mad, like I should have done something. So to avoid that, yeah, we'll see each other at least 2 days next week live. That's an odd one, and I never I find out what Frank's schedule the way you guys do on the show. It's not like I'm messaging him behind the scenes, getting his like itinerary. Chris, yeah, what happened to kids being in by the time streetlights came on? I guess that doesn't count if you're being watched by a pedophile. Movie club would be fun. Does Amazon Prime Video have a movie watch feature? Forgot what it's called. Oh, I don't know. I know that if I think this was back in 2020, this happened because this was I got to see the Mulan live action remake only because another channel I followed was gonna. This is what he did. He's got a computer. He has Discord. So if you have a computer in Discord, you can play a movie through it, and other people can watch it, and then they can comment like that. Um, I don't have a computer, so I can't do that. Um, but I don't know about Amazon Prime Video. I don't have Amazon Prime. I've bought a few things through it. I've got season 3 of Turn Washington Spies and a few episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Chris, yeah, I have 3 kiddos. They know not to be outside without an adult. Yeah, your kid should be with an adult and fully clothed and not destroying property or waving around guns. That's how I was raised. But again, my parents weren't part of a ring of groomers. So yeah, we'll see about I'll look around at some movies, kind of gauge what we would something we would like that I don't know. I'll see something's gonna have to grab my eye or get my attention. And I don't know if you guys go for say like Halloween themed stuff because some people just don't want anything to do with that holiday for religious reasons or whatever. I respect that. Yes, Arden, you have been meaning to watch Turn Washington Spies. Watch all of them. I've got what do I got? I've got the first 3 seasons on DVD. It's 4 seasons. Watch them in order. The third season is the best thing about 2016. Love it to death. Oh my God, Angus McFadden again. Jamie Bell is the main character. Solid villain, and it also has goodness, I cannot think of is it Kevin McNally, Gibbs from Pirates of the Caribbean. Very good. It is one of those shows that is it's not like just the main characters are good. Like all of the supporting characters are good. Like they've got good chemistry. There's other good characters on the show. I don't want to get too far into it because I like it so much. Very good stuff. Lisa saying to Chris, yeah, it would have been the same if I had lived in civilization. My children were in the wilds. Smart as my grands are now. Nice. Grands as in, grandchildren. John, I can't get out of Amazon Prime. I didn't want it to begin with. There is a way to cancel Amazon Prime. You have to go through about 6 or 7 screens, but I mean, if you want, I can walk you through the process. I've done it many times because when you order from Amazon, they used to offer it to you like you get a month of free. So what you do is you say yeah, and like I set a little reminder in my calendar to remind me, but you can also do this immediately, which is cancel it. And it will say, well, hey, you have this will expire on this day. You can extend it for another whatever at this time for this amount. You say no. They're like, well, hey, you can have an extra week for this amount. You say no. Oh, please, if you go, you're going to miss out on this. Say no. It is honestly, like they're just like doing whatever they can to, like suck you off and get you to stay. But you say no enough, and then you get the confirmation email and make it official. But you are able to do that. Anybody can do that. I had to deal with so many calls with people who didn't know how to do that, and it's literally just, if I have the patience for it, anybody can do it. And I've done it a lot. Yeah, John Rogers. They will try to sign you up for free because these last few times, like when I got the Dark Shadows box set, hey, you could have 1 week of Amazon Prime for like $2. It's like you could suck me off for $2. No, I'm not watching your movies. I'm not watching your TV shows. I don't want to see Rings of Power. Uh, that's all you have. Amazon Music is garbage. YouTube Music is garbage. They sound like listening to music in a tin can. I can just listen to regular YouTube for free, and it sounds great. Patrick, yeah, I'm watching on Brave browser, no adverts. Too many people on Google. I use Brave as well. I've been using Brave for a while. I was using DuckDuckGo, then I found out that was no good. Yeah. And then Tuesday, that's when it started on, quite frankly, with people wearing white shirts. I saw nothing for most of the week. I forget who the guest was. It was that guy who was a teacher and he was talking about like homeschooling and like just the kids being too rowdy in school nowadays and all that madness. Cool guy, but I really couldn't see him at all. I had to, had my hat on. Arden Rings of Power looks so bad. It looks awful. Just some guy on my channel reviews it. I mean, other people do too, but he's been reviewing it. And like you can just tell by like the titles of the videos. I think the last one was like a good episode, finally. But it looks so bad. Like the wigs and just the costume design and I guess like the storyline is quite dumb and just what they're doing with the characters. Haven't watched it personally, haven't watched the reviews personally, to be honest. I kind of just want to wait for him to like sum it all up in an episode. It's just, it's you really can't even think about proper Lord of the Rings when looking at this because it just hurts your feelings. Oh, I just I can't. And then to actually like I would watch those reviews, sure, but I'm not gonna sit down and watch all the episodes when I've heard nothing good about it. Like even some people were trying to say The Last Jedi was good. I've heard nobody say anything good about Rings of Power. Nothing at all. Even the artwork for it, before it even came out, it's like this chick standing there, and you can see her hand just hanging there, and it's like they couldn't even Photoshop like the sword into her hand. It's like her hand's there, and you can see the sword behind it. It's so lazy. And what was the budget for that? No. I low key kind of think maybe is it like the spirit of J.R.R. Tolkien cursing it because it's so bad? He's like, no, I'm just from heaven. I'm gonna personally like, no, like the movies are great. F this show. So says I. I made this. Yeah, Brave is pretty good. It's a orange lion on your screen. It has dark mode. I think the dark mode kicks in better than like this Amazon, not Amazon, sorry, but like Microsoft, whatever browser this thing uses doesn't always kick in with the dark mode as much. But Brave does. Brave is pretty good. Jenna, I liked the Doctor. Um, is that a show called The Doctor, or is that just like short for Doctor Who? I don't know much about anything that's come out in the last 4 years. Arden, yeah, J.R.R. Tolkien is rolling in his grave. Yeah, let that man rest in peace. Like I saw the first Hobbit film. You can tell the way they shot it. It just looks so unnatural with the lighting. It's just it looks fake. That's the only way I can put it. Like you can make it bright at night without having it look like it's been made on a movie set. And again, what was the budget for that film? Oh, the teacher doctor on QF show this week. Yeah, that's him. Oh, I should have written down his name. I can see him in my head now. I could, the dark background of the white shirt. Plus, that was Monday. You know how long ago Monday was for me? The 16th? Okay. Frank does have good guests. I just wish it wouldn't know wasn't all just so bright. But then Wednesday, that's when the priest was on. And I like why couldn't he have worn like the black priest thing with the white collar, just like the little white bit stand? No, no, he's got like his full white embroidered thing on, and again, hat on. Could not watch that interview. I just had to listen to it. But he had some interesting stuff to say. They were getting onto the subject of exorcisms, and I don't know if he exactly said this. Maybe this is just what my brain turned it into, but something about a music that he would play during exorcism. Sorry, I got a little bit of a glare right there. And then he got into talking about like frequencies. And, of course, different frequencies affect people differently. They can make you, physically ill or, calm you down. You know what music can do. So that made me think of, does this guy have, or should people just make like an exorcism playlist? Like, oh, this guy's speaking in tongues. Hold on, I've got a playlist for this. I'm gonna start at track 5 and just put it on blast, and that'll blast the Satan and the evil out of that person. Like, I don't even think that's really too silly of an idea. Like, are there like tones or like musical tracks that like calm the evil or the whatever they're possessed with? Then maybe that works. I've never tried it. I can. Does Jim Zell know about that? I don't know. And speaking of Jim Zell, I don't know if you guys caught, but he has like preached before. He's big into his church. He's a guy like that. So I wonder if there's any like video or audio recording of him doing his thing up on the pulpit. Because imagine this. You're sitting in church, and you know what those church chairs are like, those pews, they're so comfortable. But you're sitting there, and then out from one of those doors, the door opens up, and who walks out? It's a cat. And then the next thing you know, the cat walks behind the pulpit and then jumps up, and he's just sitting there with the microphone in front of him. And he kind of looks around at everybody and then just starts doing the sermon thing. That would be incredible. Oh, Jenna, yeah, 432 hertz is healing, 440 hertz is hostile. Yeah, then there's a whole thing about how like tuning has changed over the years. Like there's Baroque tuning versus modern tuning, which is higher, and yeah, so that there is something to that. Our brains are a receiver, Beastwood is saying. Yes, that is true. We're taking in more information than we realize. But then now this is true. I have heard this before. He mentioned this. But bells, like church bells, we don't hear them around anymore. And it is true that they say that bells, big bells like that, are supposed to drive away evil spirits. And so the fact that we don't have church bells going off is not a good sign. I don't mind church bells. When I was in the Netherlands, I should have recorded this, but I was kind of near a church and it had bells, and I thought, oh no, this is going to be loud because I'm used to the like clock tower or whatever we had downtown here. But they were so like soft and calming. They didn't interrupt me at all. I forget how often they happen, but that was lovely. Beast was saying, yeah, I never got to explain the full effects of what I experienced after those headaches. I ended up waking up feeling spiritually dirty. Ooh, I know what you mean. Ugh. Ugh. And the effects of vertigo. Oh, that sucks. I know I've had dreams where I've had to like fight with demons, and I mean sometimes for a few hours after I wake up, I'm still just upset about it. I mean, I won, but the fact that I had to go through that at all has me pissed off. So like it doesn't wreck my whole day, but honestly, for those first few hours, like I'm still thinking about it. Like, how did I get through that? Like, I mean, I know how, but that sucks. Stop that. Oh, that's good, Beastwood. Yeah, thank God I haven't had an episode in over 6 months. That is good. 6 months is a long time. So yeah, we do need bells do keep away evil spirits. Music, even if it's not music with lyrics, it can just be a piece or an instrumental. Find something that pisses off evil and do that. If you're making the devil mad, you're doing the right thing. And then Lisa Gray said something incredible. I'm glad I wrote this down because I would have never remembered it. But she said, we're all walking each other home. I've never heard it put that way before. That is beautiful. That's so true. I love that. So we're certainly not walking in reverse. Nobody's getting any younger. Ooh, that sucks, Beastwood. Saying there were times I would hear demonic laughter and footsteps circling my bed. Ugh, that is very unnerving. Oh, Lisa, when young, we all raced to St. Joseph's Catholic early in hopes to be picked to ring the bell. Ah, that was such a good vibration. That would be cool. That would be like do the Quasimodo thing, ring the bells. That would be great. Oh, Beastwood, after about a year and a half, I broke out of it. That's good. Oh, that's just too. It's one thing when things are bothering you when you're awake, but stuff starts seeping into your dreams. It's like, all right, now you're on my territory. Don't get wide with me. This is my dream. I've been here before. You haven't. Oh, right. So Thursday, that was Thursday. I didn't know it was Thursday, so there I was waiting for Gray to upload at 4 p.m. No upload, and then it got to be I think it was like 5 p.m. Then it was an upload, and it was a compilation, and I just finished watching it today. So that was good. I listen to Gregorian chants while I sleep, Beast was just saying. That's interesting. I've been meaning to check those out a little bit more. Oh, and when I awake, I play the shofar call to spiritual warfare. Sweet. That's good. Whenever you're thinking about a song, play it. Or if you wake up thinking about a song, play it. A lot of times I'll think about that James Horner flight that I shared back on August 20th. There's also a piano version of that that's fan made that's only 5 minutes long. I often think about that. Like first thing in the morning, if I'm hearing James Horner, that can't be bad. Oh, Lisa's saying, oh, that's cool. I listen to that at times in the early mornings. That's good. I bet that is so peaceful, Beastwood. That's a great way to start the day. Yeah, Thursday, the guest wore another goddamn white shirt. That's what the note says. Ugh. So, well, I do want to say this. I forget when this happened. I don't know if this was last week or the week before, but a lot of times Frank will like at least me, like I exit the show and then I'm still on YouTube watching stuff. So it'll say like, the last episode that quite frankly that was on is still live, but then I'm, watching, videos after that. But this video, for quite frankly, it kept saying that it was still live and it was an hour or so after the show ended. And I thought it was like YouTube with me and it was just a glitch. Instead of telling me I was live when I wasn't, it was, instead of telling me I wasn't live when I was, it was saying that Frank was live when he wasn't. I've seen that happen before. I let it go, but it kind of stayed that way for longer than usual. So that's kind of a long glitch. Anyway, jump ahead to, I think like the next day. There I go. I'm back. I'm usually always watch YouTube videos. I'm always there. It was, I don't know how, but I guess Frank had left the show live for, it was like, an episode of Quite Frankly that was like 3 hours and 45 minutes. And I remember what I did. I hopped back over to YouTube and I saw that there were comments. I used timestamps, so there were comments like way after 9 p.m. It was like 9:36 and people were commenting. But so for whatever reason, I don't know how the show had stayed live for an extra hour and a half. I don't know if folks were kicking it in the chat room or whatever. I don't think Frank's ever done that before. So that's a real thing that happened. Uh, I mean, as long as nobody went in there and said anything bad, I guess it's okay. Oh, Lisa's saying, oh, when I get to missing those of mine who have gone before me, I listen to The Lark Ascending. It is beautiful and melancholic and worth it. Oh, that's pretty. I think I've heard of that. Let me look that up. If it's not too sad. I don't know, sometimes sometimes I am in the mood for like sad stuff. It depends. Just depends on the moment. More money, more problems. Talks about the FBI and DEA tapping their phones 12 plus years ago. Self prophecy. The the Mason Puff Daddy song. It is missing you. Is that the one from the Set It Off soundtrack? I'm so worried these are like modern things from the last 4 years I don't know about, so it's just making me sound very old. Oh, it's an instrumental and says more than lyrics ever could. Yeah, I like that. I like instrumentals. It doesn't have to have words in it. I like those. Those are, I mean, like when I write, I can write to like proper songs, but I can also write to instrumentals and film scores like that. It doesn't always have to be. That's what I don't get. People are like, oh, I need this music to study, and it's just like lo-fi hip hop beats. Like sometimes I need words. I don't know. I don't know what their concentration is like. Jenna, Kenny G is soothing to me. I've never listened to Kenny G on my own. Of course, I know who that is. Now watch it pop up my recommendation. Yeah, old songs. Yeah, I'm into older stuff. Nothing wrong with it. That's why, like with things being, say, content being not as entertaining the last few years. There's 100 years of content before that you could watch to be entertained. Jenna, I need silence to study. Yeah, I do need like quiet, but like if I want to play some music, I'm not like blasting it, but just something on. Or if, well, like I can't just leave the TV on because I don't just watch TV. I watch videos, and then if a commercial comes on, everything's got to stop. So that's why I did buy CDs so I could write to them, so I don't have to skip through songs. Or I can put a movie on. There's no commercials on movies. I can put on one of the Dark Shadows movies. That's an hour and a half each, and just kind of zone out. It depends. Sometimes I might recognize the scene and like I'll have to watch that scene and then I go back to writing. It just really depends. I need to get back into writing, period. It's been so long, and that's one of the things that brings one of the like few pure joys I have that I can still do is write. I used to enjoy, I mean, I still enjoy driving, but with my sight being so bad, I can't do it as much as I need. Like for enjoyment, not just like running to the store to get stuff. Oh, Ralph Vaughan Williams is the composer. I like Vernon Handley's rendition. Oh, Beastwood saying, I didn't realize Frank was so studied up on frequency from his college years. I have a newfound respect for him. Yeah, Frank's a very smart guy. I mean, for his age, he should be. He knows about a lot of stuff. He is the type of guy who's interested in folks, so he's spoken with a lot of people and he knows a lot of things. And then he's friends with smart people, so he hooks up with them and learns stuff. And he can remember the things he learns. And Thursday, Frank was talking about this is next year stuff, but he was talking about how he's going to be out of the studio for a minute. So he's got the home studio, so the show will still go on. It's fine. But in the actual studio, he's doing something with I don't know, like moving stuff around, and then something with adding the lighting in there, something like that. The lighting is fine. You don't have to mess with the lighting. But so my fear is what will happen in November before Thanksgiving will be what happened last February, which is Frank was out of the studio, getting things cleaned up in the proper studio. He was at home for a while, then he comes back to the studio, and there was that electric lava lamp, electric, lightning, lamp right in the middle of the shot. Pardon me. Don't need to go through last February in November. Last November was bad enough. I don't need to have two bad Novembers in a row. This makes life not fun. Jenna's saying Frank's a sponge. He is. He remembers stuff. Damn, he remembers stuff. Jenna, yeah, not me. I don't retain much information. Yeah. Beastwood, yeah, Frank is awesome. Yeah, well, what is it, like a sieve? Or like Swiss cheese? That's how my mind holds details. Not at all. Lisa saying, I'm finding the older I get, the less I know. Every time I learn something new, it pushes some old stuff out of my brain. Just like Homer Simpson. And that's when we were talking about s'mores. There was somebody in the chat room talking about they had never had a s'more. It's four ingredients. You need the graham crackers, you need the marshmallow, you need the chocolate, and you need a lighter to heat it up. Like you don't even have to use a campfire or a proper stove. You can just take a lighter to the marshmallow and smash it all together. And get a plate because it's messy. And again, I hate getting messy. I don't like messy food. If I could eat something with a knife and a fork, I'll eat my pizza with a knife and a fork sometimes. Not last time, but I will. Just so my hands don't get dirty. And if I eat it slower, I can eat it more, but that's beside the point. I mean, if you eat it just right, you don't get too messy. You can always wash your hands afterwards. They're so good. Don't know how many calories it has. Doesn't matter. Jenna, that's why I have a ton of post-it notes on my computer desk. LOL. Yeah, that's why I gotta write stuff down. Like if I didn't write down a guest name, it's just A guy in a white shirt. Okay, that's all it was, because I'm not gonna remember. I don't know. Is it still Saturday? It is still Saturday. And I know Frank is not going to be going live today. He did mention he's like they're all gonna go out for Anthony's birthday, like a birthday dinner. So that's very cool. Oh, whoops! What did I hit? Yeah, and then with what I'm dealing with my roommate, I don't expect them to do anything too crazy, but worst case scenario, if they want to act a fool, I've given all of their contact information, every last personal detail I know about them to, well, frankly, that I trust. So if something were to happen to me, that person would be put on blast and have authorities showing up to their home. So it's everything is under control. And again, Second Amendment. I'm not going out without a fight. What I want to do, I've always wanted to do this, is like is as soon as the door opens to the house, have the Gadsden flag there or like a poster about the Second Amendment, just in case if anybody breaks in, they know they're gonna have a bad time. What's that flag mean? Pow pow pow. Means you're in the wrong house. Lisa sure got a kick out of Anthony's nursery rhyme covers. Nice. I just need to go. I have to go back to 10-second songs, do all of the videos in reverse because it lets you do that, like oldest first, and start watching. Because when I found his channel, he hadn't even had it for a year. He started his channel in March of 2014. Wait. Yeah, March of 2014. And then I found him in the following January. But then there were other folks in the chat room at the time who had been following his channel almost from the start. So that was like nothing new to them, but it was brand new to me. Like, wait a minute, this guy looks like Jack Sparrow. And there are not too many good looking guys in music. So I was like, hold on, wait. And then Frank's coffee commercial. He doesn't say this in there, but we sort of came up in the chat room with like yeah that they should mention how drinking coffee every day makes you gives you a lower risk of being gay or something like that. Or yeah, coffee makes you less gay. Oh yeah, I probably should differentiate. Yeah, Anthony is well their father's name is Anthony, and then you have Anthony Vincent who they call Ant, but Ant is 6 feet tall. How do I call a guy that tall Ant? But and then I'm pretty sure Anthony Vincent doesn't have children. If he does, that would have been a great secret he would have been keeping. It would have come up before now because you can't tell Frankincense anything. If you have a handle that you go by, like a stage name, and then you've got a real name, don't tell him your real name because you're never going to hear your stage name again. He's just going to call you by your real life name. So it's like all the mystery is gone from it. So it's I don't know. I don't know why that is. Because like I can't remember people's two screen names a lot. Like some people I can, but a lot of people I can't. But I've got my own memory issues. Frank does not have those issues, so I don't understand why. I don't know why he doesn't. I don't know. Maybe he's got personal reasons. I guess it's not hurting anybody, but if you do go by, if that is not your real name, don't tell Frank your real name. I don't care if your handle is Bob Smith. I don't care if that's not your real name. Never tell Frank your real name because you're never going to be known as Bob Smith again. If your real name's Carl, he's going to call you Carl forever. And speaking of real names, this was on the Friday show. I've known Jenna. That's a new one on me. But to be fair, I haven't been keeping up with him the last few years. I don't know. It could be he's old enough. I don't know. Uh, I yeah, awesome. But yeah, again, I've sort of known about this because he's mentioned it in the chat room for seems like it's been going on for a month now. But Willie Fix It, he called in, and it's usual Willie. But I'm glad he said something because right as I was typing this, Frank was like, "Would he have anything else to say?" And like I hit enter, and then there's Willie talking about how like there's something going on with his wife. She's got some medical thing going on. It's like he's taking her to the doctor, and they just can't find out what it is, and it's stressing them both out. Of course, they're both worried. So he gave some more information on Friday's show. I really don't remember it all, but just keep them both in your thoughts. I'm not the type to be like, oh, well, pray for these people, but you do whatever you want. You guys know Willie Fix It. And his wife, she's the one that when he called in, they're like, Frank's like, well, how do you deal with Willie Fix It all the time? And she's like, well, I take a lot of drugs. And she had like no hesitation. She said that. So cool chick. But yeah, she's not doing well. And then Zoso dude said her name is Hannah Michelle. So yeah, just keep Willie Fix It and his wife in your thoughts, and I'm sure she'll be fine. But it does sound scary, and I know he's doing his best to keep his spirits up, but it's tough. That's scary. Lisa, yeah, he's old enough to know what goes where and why. Yeah, Frank didn't know how babies were made until he had one, so he was like what 35. Arden, yeah, I'll never tell Frank my real name, except my real name is Arden. Yep, just no other name, no middle name, no last name. Just baby was born. Like, nope. Don't you want her to have your last name? Nope. She'll be fine without it. She'll be okay. What if she gets married? That's her own business. Oh shit, yeah, Boone Buddy, that's what it was. Billy's wife suffered a brain bleed. Ugh, that this pen keeps touching me. Oh, Jenna, my real name is Trails Off. Yeah, right on, Patrick. Yeah, Willie has a lot on his plate, but he showed a real stoicism. Yeah, you can tell he's just, keeping his spirits up. I don't know if he's got extended family or what any of that situation is like for him, but you can tell it does kind of sound like a lot is falling on him. So he's trying to be strong for himself and his wife. So it's, as much as I want to say like, hey, come to the show and hang out, he might just be too stressed out to even sit and watch the show and type, that kind of thing. I get it. So like I wish we could do more for him, but just like the power of, like positive thinking, prayer, positive thoughts, good vibes, all that does help. And I think that's why my chiropractor got back into the office. I even told him, I was like, yeah, I sort of mentioned about you on the show, and folks are like, I'll pray for you. So I was like, folks are praying for you. So he's back in. That's good. Jenna, yeah, I missed that part of the show. That was towards the end ish. I really can't even recall the time. It was sometime in the first 2 hours. It might have been in the second half. Oh, I bet Schlep Satan. Yeah, we have a Second Amendment sign on our gate. Yeah, I still have, like I say, when I was first time I ever was like shooting. Is that when I got my CCW? I don't know, but like like they have you shoot at a target. They let me take that home. I still have that. Like, yeah, I could just put that on the front door, but nah, that might be a bit much. John Rogers, yeah, that's a tough thing to go through. Plus, just dealing with hospitals, that's never fun. Period. And then they get in there and they don't seem like they don't know what they're doing, and just, well, it hopefully I'm pretty sure Willie Fix It is not in my part of the world, so he doesn't have to worry about the hospitals in this area. hurting anyone. Because they do. Oh yeah, Lisa, yeah, take it easy. He's talking about her friend who's on dialysis needs her to go over to her, so she's gonna go help out her friend. That's good. Yeah, hospitals are scary. They're scary enough when you're a kid. It's not any better when you're an adult. So yeah, just kind of between the I also get the feeling that folks are going to be okay. It's just, it's like, we'll make sure the hospital, like, I hope that guy knows what he's doing that day. I hope the doctor's from the same country as us. Hope he didn't sleep his way through to get his degree. And then we also heard about, because this kind of came up before on one of Frank's coffee chats that he does sometime between 9 and 11 a.m. during the week. Could be any day. But somebody had mentioned Tony Black then, and somebody brought him up, or Frank brought him up, because people will just randomly email Frank like, "Hey, how's Tony Black doing? We haven't seen him for a while." It's not like anything bad happened. They're just inquiring about the guy because we haven't seen him for a while. And then Frank had some pictures of him, so he gets out and about, but he is 94 and he's got his bad knees. And I guess it was laid up for a little bit, and then the doctor's like, "Well, you got up and get up and get moving. You can't just stop moving around at that age. You don't use it, you lose it." So he's just up and walking, and he can't really do the stairs thing because of his knees. But Frank's like, "Well, hell, I'll just throw him over my back. He's only 5'1". Like, he cannot be 5'1". How big was he when he was boxing? I know you can't be like a tall boxer, but still 5'1". But yeah, he's still like getting out. It was like him and some guys, and then like he's friends with Frank's mom, Marianne, so she was there too. So they're just out having a good day in the sun. He's got his walker, but he's still getting around, so that's good. Ugh. Yeah, John Rogers is talking about they had to cut his head open to get at his brain bleed. I haven't seen it, but I guess he's got like a wicked scar under his hair there. Ugh. Oh, sweet. Yeah, Jenna, yeah, take it easy. She said she needs to go. I finished painting my bedroom before my show. I want to paint the trim. Have a nice weekend. Yeah, oh, I hope it looks nice. You have to show us a picture sometime. Like, I assume it's just like regular painted walls, not like a mural, or if you paint the wall to look like it's uh outside, like just take the wall with the window, like leave the window the same, but then like you have the entire wall painted like as if the wall wasn't there, so like grass and trees and stuff. I don't know if it's that artsy. Yeah, John Rogers saying I'm still recovering but working. Yeah, he's got back on his feet. That's what I'm surprised about, folks back to work so quickly. I mean, I know you have to for the income thing, I get it. That's that's a lot. And then whoever was on, oh no, Frank was wearing it was still kind of a white shirt, but it was a shirt with it looks like Gandalf or a wizard riding a dinosaur, and then there was like a big red circle behind that, and then the shirt's white. He had that on. Cool shirt, but after a whole week of white shirts, that was a little bit much. And then Matt wasn't there. Matt McCat, he was like, he's okay, but what had happened was, because for his job, he like, does he drive a garbage truck? He drives like a big old truck, or he's in a truck anyway. I don't know if he's driving it, but he's in it. And it was like a taxi hit the truck he was in, like twice. It sounds like the taxi hit him, backed up, hit him again. So yeah, I hope his taxi's all messed up, but like with Matt, it's just like his back was bothering him, so he was just gonna stay at home and take it easy. So it's like I'm kind of hoping it's like just a whiplash type of thing, and That's okay. That goes away. Just go to the chiropractor a little bit and relax, and then all that goes away, and you get right back to normal. So he was just taking it easy. It's a good job too. So he's got medical coverage. He'll be just fine. It wasn't anything life threatening. He's okay. Oh, Art, yeah, take it easy. Have a good night. Yeah, it's almost over. Yeah, so Matt's okay. And then Frank was talking about, of course he does this too, but he'll have playlists that are just for, like, just for fall, just for winter. He's really big about, he was talking about this in August. As soon as it's September, he switches over to his Halloween music. And I don't know if that's just for the show or if he plays the same kind of stuff for himself personally. But I thought, all right, Arden, yeah, yeah, that's okay. It's all good. Like, do you guys do that? Do you listen to music just at a certain time of year? Like, do you have like summer music or winter music? Or like some people really get into Christmas music. They seriously listen to it. Like, do you start doing that in December? Cause I personally don't get that. I'll listen to any song at any time. It doesn't have to be a certain time of year. I don't have to wait for, say, October to listen to a spooky song or I just don't. But I mean I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I just don't get it. And then do people really do that for themselves personally? Or is that just something you would do, say if you were to make a playlist for strangers to see? Cause I maybe it's just growing up around like radio and TV. I'm glad I don't have to listen to like say Christmas songs in starting November 1st. So that's another great reason to not be in the not be working in a store where you don't have a choice. Or I did work at a when I worked at the gas station. I don't know what the hell their problem was because when they weren't there, like the managers were not even there, but they insisted that nothing but country music be played. And I'm like, okay, well, if I have to keep listening to this country music, I'm going to get so depressed, I'm going to blow up the gas station. Cannot listen to this for 40 hours a week. Oh. So I don't know if people do that, it's okay. I just don't know them. I did know a girl who legitimately would listen to Christmas songs, but then again, she was also legitimately an NPC vaxxer. So if I come across any people who do listen to Christmas music on purpose, that's all I'm going to be thinking about. And did I miss anything or not cover anything properly? I can go over it again if I missed it. I don't recall. It's the I think the most concentration I have to do on what I just said is during these 2 hours. I never have to think about what I just said any other time usually. But as far as movies go, I will look around. I'll look around for. I'll see if there's some like spooky Halloween type ones, just to see if there are. But like on the whole, I kind of don't want to just be recommending, Halloween movies again, because some people don't celebrate it. Some people think it's, evil. I Again, I don't celebrate it. I'm not against it though. I just don't celebrate it just because everything in my life ended on that day 10 years ago. So it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But I do like to see other people enjoying Halloween. Like go trick or treat, go dress up, go have your Halloween party, do that stuff. Have fun with it. Don't go crazy with it and try to start be like casting spells and drawing, like stars on the ground or anything like that. But I know some people just don't want to have anything to do with it, so there are regular type movies that are on Tubi and again, it's not going to be super mainstream stuff. They do have obscure things, uh, which is good if you're looking for like an odd, out of the way movie that an actor has been in. Then they will have it. I think they have Bruce Campbell's Maniac Cop, like stuff like that. Of course, stuff from Bruce Campbell is going to be obscure anyway, especially if you go farther back. But they've got stuff like that. And I'm not going to be like, hey, everybody, they've got I don't know, Matlock on here. Let's all watch Matlock. I'm not going to be recommending a TV show. That's way too much to get into. And who knows how long that was on. And now, if I recommend a TV show to you, it's going to be Dark Shadows. That's 1,245 episodes is manageable. It was only 5 years. And I probably know kids' films. That's kind of unless that would be I don't know. We'll see. I think what I'm going to end up doing is going through and I'll just get a sort of range of movies that I think are interesting, and then maybe we can narrow them down here, or I can put them in a poll on a community post, and we can vote that way. But Motel Hell is actually funny old 80s horror movie. I think I've heard of that. And that's another thing. I don't know a whole like I've never been a horror movie like a horror genre like into that, but then I have seen a lot of stuff that is considered horror, so it is what it is. That's fine. Like I did watch a lot of the like Nightmare on Elm Streets back in the day. I'm sure I've saw some Child's Play. Eh, I don't know. Would something like a Poltergeist be considered horror, or is that's more of like a fantasy thriller type? But then that's like a mainstream movie. That wouldn't exactly horror. Kind of seems like it's reserved for more like B movie or not big budget. Nowadays it's different, but at least back in the day, it's like you're not gonna necessarily see a horror movie in the top grossing films of all time, unless there's one in there. I don't know. It's usually stuff like Avatar. And then they did all that stuff with Endgame and the other one just to beat that. Like the one thing that they do have on Tubi right now that is sort of like this time of year related, they've got the original Nosferatu from 1922. That's a silent film, of course. So I don't know if folks are going to have the patience for a silent film. So I don't think I would recommend that. I have seen Shadow of the Vampire. That came out in 2000. Willem Dafoe playing the vampire, but I only saw it once back then, so I don't remember anything about it. But yeah, Poltergeist is paranormal. Paranormal flicks freak me out. Yeah, I know I did watch it, but probably way back in the 80s. I barely remember it. I'm honestly would just watch it again for the Jerry Goldsmith score. I know it's a good movie. I did like it, but I'm really just going to be going in there for the score. um, so yeah, maybe not that. Or like I did see just Saw 3. I only saw Saw 3 only because Angus McFadden was in it. So it's like touching on things that happened in prior ones I haven't seen. Like I haven't seen the first one. I just know it from memes. Apparently all that stuff went down in the first one on September 10th of 2001. So there's memes of like the guy holding his phone and people are like, "Oh man, tomorrow's going to be a shit day too." Yeah, I don't know if I would really want to sit and watch anything. Like, I'm fine with like freaky type movies, but just for like the sake of everybody watching it, that's not their thing. Sometimes it is upsetting. Like, I get it. I'm not calling anybody like, oh, you don't want to watch that movie, you're a pussy. Like, I'm not that type of person. It's not, like, hey, everybody jumped off of there. Why don't you? It's just a movie. If somebody doesn't want to see it, and I don't know if you're this type, I'm really not gonna like watch a movie halfway through and then stop, even if it's bad. Because after that long, I'm like, well, I might as well choke down the rest of it. Let me just get through it. It's only an extra half an hour. So if I can get through The Last Jedi, I can get through most stuff. And I've even watched, like a few, like, say, no budget films that people just, shoot in their backyard around town, things like that. I'm not saying that's on Tubi, but even that I'll check out. If you're not into silent films, check out silent films. You can watch, say, right now on Tubi, they've got Modern Times and City Lights, Charlie Chaplin films. They still talk about City Lights for a reason. When Bunny, I'll stick it out too. Or like people that would go to the theater and like walk out when half the movie, like they only watched it like a half an hour, then they walk out. It's like, well, you paid for the ticket, dumbass. If you wait too long, they won't give you a refund. Like, you can't go to a 2 hour movie and then walk out after an hour and a half talking about, I want my money back. They'll be like, well, dumbass, you just sat through most of it. That no. That way you can warn other people if it's that bad. Oh, don't go see that movie. I sat through that whole fucking thing. Let me tell you. Oh, yeah, Patrick, that's true. Yeah, Poltergeist was a horror film for Heather O'Rourke, pardon me. Apparently, she was terribly abused while making that film. Yeah, ugh. Oh, that's one of those films to us, I mean, nowadays we know so much. There's so many reviews. It's like any movie you can point to and be like, oh, but behind the scenes. Yeah, that is kind of fun to talk about though. It's because all the movies I haven't seen but have seen reviews of. That'd be another way to look at it. I mean, we'll see whatever I come across in there, and that's gonna be fun. Let me pick out a movie for some movies for us to watch, and I don't know what anybody else likes. This will be interesting. It's like the Christmas when you have to buy a present for somebody and you don't know who would the Secret Santa. That's what it is. It's like Secret Santa for movies, and there won't be milk and cookies. I mean, there can, like, somebody else bring the milk. I can't buy milk. I can't drink a whole half gallon of milk in a week. I can't eat that much cereal. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe I need to try again. Maybe I was doing it wrong before, but it doesn't last that long. That's why I like orange juice. The orange juice I have now is good until the beginning of October. I don't go through it fast. Yeah, well, let's see. It's September now, so let me go through and check out some Tubi, and then find some stuff for next week. I mean, that would be cool. Like, for example, I'm just getting ahead of myself. Let's say I pick out a movie beginning of October, and then sometime at the end of October, or maybe the beginning of November, we can talk about it. We'll see. See how everybody's life goes. And then again, next week it's gonna be Frank Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Thursday the 26th. He's off. I'm on. And then Friday and Saturday again. I'm just gonna plan on going live both days. Then if Frank goes live on, let's say, Friday, you'll definitely get a full 2 hour Saturday. If he doesn't go live on Friday, you'll get a full Friday show from me. And then I'll still plan on going live Saturday. And if he interrupts that, that's fine. So, maybe we'll be getting 3 shows together next week. We'll see. It's at least definitely 2, maybe 2.5. Other than that, it's just a regular old Frankly week. Yeah, as of right now. Next week, then another week, then New Year's, and then I work for a week. So yeah, that's coming up. So I hope everybody had a good time. I'm glad you had some time to spend with me on a Saturday. Oh, this is fun. This makes Everything worth it. Getting to see everybody at the show is always great. Getting to see you guys at the end of the week is great too. And it kind of sucks about no Zells episodes next Friday, but again, they could have some more information to go on Miss Shorty with. If they do, I'll let you guys know about it as soon as I find out. Yeah, Patrick, maybe that's what I gotta do. He's saying I buy powdered milk now, otherwise it goes off after a few days, even in the fridge. Like I swear it doesn't even last 2 weeks. Even if you get like you reach to the back and try to get the one with the farthest expiration date. It just goes so fast. I gotta look into the powdered milk thing. I mean, if it tastes the same, why not? It's all good. It's just for me. I'm not. It's I'm sure like kids might not like that, but yeah, it's just if it's good in cereal, it's fine. Since Jay Gulanello said milk's okay, I started drinking it again. So yeah, smash the like button if you haven't already. And always support all of your favorite content creators, like the live shows and videos, and make sure the all notifications are on, because when you hit the button, it just gives you like personalized recommendation or notifications. It's weird like that. And shares and word of mouth, since well, like quite frankly, he's been at 100,000 subscribers for exactly a year. And then something like if you go to the Miss Shorty when the Zells are on, like YouTube is not going to promote a show like that, so it really does need, shares and likes to get any kind of notice. Oh, Kara, I buy small milk. I freeze some. Okay, I really only use it for frothing. And freezing it first froths it better. Okay, cool. I'll have to keep that in mind too. Yeah. Guess I don't know very much about milk. That's cool. Oh, Moon Bunny, yeah, you're welcome. It was great. Thanks, Nikki. Have a great weekend, everyone. Yeah, have a great night, John Rogers. Everybody have a good night. Remember your pants. And if you go onto Tubi and you see any movies that you think would be good, you can always like put them in the comments, or if you see me, quite frankly, you can tell me there. Send them in a DM on Twitter. Nikki M Carlin on Twitter. You can always reach out with any of that, and we'll see. If it's something you like, it might be something everybody else likes. I don't know if it's gonna be the same kind of thing Frank would pick, but that's kind of the point of it, the fun of it. It would be really weird if we both chose the same movie at the same time. Yeah, Patrick, cheers. So good night to everybody. And somebody's wearing Dandy's pants, so he's gonna be cold all week. Oh, you can freeze milk in the paper cartons. Okay, just gallon of milk in the freezer. It expands. Okay, paper cartons. All right. I would have done that way wrong. I just want, like little half gallon up there, but still. So why is this milk so crunchy? Yeah, so have a great weekend. If you see any perverts, call them out. Like, I see what you're doing, Mr. Pervert Man. It's not cool. I love you guys. Oh, it takes a day to thaw. All right. There we go. In the fridge. Oh, yeah, yeah. Just leave it out. Oh, goodness. I want to do a cooking tips show sometime, since we're all a bunch of health nuts. So yeah, get a good night's rest, and we'll do the Frankly thing next week. I'll get to see you guys at least 2 days next week. Good night to everybody. Until next time.